my HIV support group, I remember years ago, the facilitator would always say over and over, people would come in and they'd say, I guess I got diagnosed with AIDS, and I, uh, I don't know how to tell my parents, and I've been rejected again by a guy that I liked because he didn't want to deal with my HIV, and my T cells are down, and I'm afraid, whatever it was that they'd bring in, or the fact that they know they're dying, and this is the last 2 months of their life. The facilitator would always say the same thing. She'd say, she'd say one of three things, but they all ended up being the same thing. It was about acceptance. She would say, now this, or, well, all this is a part of all that is. Or she'd say, well, here we are. Well, here we all are. So I guess to answer your question about self-love, it's not about risk. Risk is great. It's a whole different thing. It's more about accepting the situation that it is. And how can you take this experience, this moment, this diagnosis, this encounter, this whatever this is, and use it to be more compassionate. There's a great question that the Universalist Unitarians ask in their covenant. One of many, and the one I like the best is, what's the most loving thing I can do or say right now? What a beautiful way to live your life. When you're having a conversation with somebody,
Right.
to think, well, what's the most loving thing I can do or say? And what's the one thing I could do or say that actually would hurt this other person? Can I remove that? Do I need to say that? And how much more compassionate can I be? But when I hear that question, what's the most loving thing I can do or say right now? I don't hear it the way most people hear it. I think most people hear it as, how can I be more loving towards you? But I hear the opposite, the inverse. What's the most loving thing I can do or say right now to myself? And that's what I think you're referring to in terms of risk, Brene Brown, vulnerability. How much more loving and compassionate can I be towards myself,
Right.
rather than just taking a risk and being compassionate towards others? Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I can see myself being just like everybody else who's listening to this in any life situation, right? Whether it's, again, right, this is the week that, after the tariffs and people's investment accounts have taken a massive hit, and chaos politically, and chaos with the war in Israel, and just everything that's been going on in the world, in different communities especially.